Delighted to be joined by Hall of Fame promoter Frank Warren. Frank, this is it, isn't it? This is why we watch boxing. The biggest fight in a century.
This is big time boxing. And you're absolutely right. That's why we all love it so much, the sport, because we're finally getting what everybody wants to see. Who is the best heavyweight in the world? Who's going to walk away with those 4 major belts? Who is it going to be? And on May the 18th, we're going to find out.
4 major belts, 8 in total.
Yeah.
We just had a call from His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, and he's saying, listen, we're going to surprise the world. Have you got any secrets that you know? I know you're the man in the know. Could you give us a little, just a sliver of information about what they got planned?
He keeps surprising me. Don't worry about that. We're meeting tomorrow, I think, so we'll find out. He's flying in tomorrow, so we've got some meetings, and we'll see where we go. Look, everything that we've been involved with out there, working in conjunction with His Excellency, his team, Seller, Gold Star, all of us, it's been an unbelievable journey up to this year, an amazing journey, and every time it just seems to get more and more amazing, more and more better. And there's going to be some good stuff coming up this year. There's no doubt about that. But this year. But this century, this is the fight. Yeah. This is the one we've all been waiting for. It's never happened before, never been 4 belts on the line before, 4 major belts. It's the first time ever. Last century, I think it was 3 belts. So this is something special. I mean, this is 2 undefeated heavyweights, both in their prime, both at their best, and both of them genuinely believe they're going to win the fight. Their teams both believe that each of the respective guys are going to win their fight. So it's going to be, I'll tell you, it's going to be something unbelievable to watch.
You know, it was something when we were watching the press conference, myself, Buncey, Carl Frampton, we were doing the live stream for Queensberry. We noticed, even though there was a jovial tone and some funny, jips from Tyson, there's a seriousness there, isn't there?
Oh, look, nobody more than him knows how serious this is. I mean, he was so disappointed when he got the cut. But as I said earlier, sometimes out of bad comes good. And the one thing about it, he's in magnificent condition now, like, mentally, physically. You only got to look at him. He's jumping out of his skin. Yeah. Come May the 18th, if he can keep where he's at now and gradually build himself up to his peak like he did before he got cut, can you imagine what he's going to be when he gets into the ring? I think you're going to see a vintage Tyson Fury.
We see sometimes with Tyson, he goes from a performance that maybe people might question a little bit and then shows us the real reason why he's in the position that he's in the fight directly after that. Is that what we're expecting?
Yeah. Look, what he has the ability to do is to control a fight. And he can control when that bell goes, he does get himself in a position where he reads the fight well, he works out the opponent and exploits their weaknesses. The last fight I know was a problem, but prior to that, that's what he does. And when I'm around him, he gives me confidence in what he can do, because he's got so much self-belief and so much passion in what he does, and he feels it's his destiny. And when I first met him when he was a kid years and years ago, he said, "I will win the world championship." Well, he did that pretty soon against the best heavyweight generation in his backyard with Klitschko, and he's gone on coming through all those major difficulties he had over the years, and coming from the depths of despair, suicidal, to come back and do it again. He's a phenomenal person.
Nice. It's a brilliant story, and the fight on the 18th is going to be 2 chess grandmasters who are at the very, very peak of their game. Undisputed cruiserweight champ against the unified heavyweight champ for all of the belts. It's going to be a tough fight.
Look, it's going to be as tough a fight as both of them make it. Styles make fights, and I think Tyson's changed his style a bit as well. You look when he fought Wilder, rather than being up on his toes and jabbing and moving, he actually went, because this is what his heart and his balls, he stepped up and he traded with him. You're the hardest puncher in the world, are you? Come in, let's see. And that's what he's about. And certainly done it in the second fight and the third fight, getting off the floor. He's a fighting man. He's got a fighting heart, and he's in with a guy who's got an impeccable resume, you know, from the Olympics,
Yeah.
everything he's done, he's been the best at. Probably the best cruiserweight of his generation. He's been a heavyweight for 4 years now, so he's settled in that division and done all that he's needed to do. Again, going in the other guy's backyard as he done with AJ the first time to win the title, and he's very, very confident. He's got a lot of self-belief, and that's why this is such an intriguing fight, and that's why it's going to be such a great fight.
It's been a stop-start kind of build up to this fight. We've had a couple of dates already. Do you think that will throw Usyk off in his preparation? Because, like you said, Tyson kind of got to a point in his camp before he got the cut. He was peaking. I guess Usyk's had to do that 2 or 3 different times. Do you think that's going to affect him a little bit going into that fight?
Tyson's had to peak.
Yeah.
You know, he was training for the fight. He's trained. He's peaking, and he got the cut. So he's now to take his foot off the gas. Good thing is, and I said earlier, you know, sometimes out of bad comes good.
Yeah.
You know, this time round, he's not got to go into camp and lose weight because he looks well. He's got to worry now, probably, and it'll be the same for him, that they don't overdo it.
Yeah.
They've got to come in at their best, and that's an art and a skill that their trainers and everybody in the camp will make sure happens.
I mean, we're stood above the Tyson Fury gym here in Morecambe, and I might sneak out and have a little look about where the magic happens. Now,
That's where it happens.
100%. Now, Frank, we mentioned, I just want to, lastly, we went through on the stream the 10 fights after this, right? And we got to Moses Atalma, and he said, no way. Just a quick note on, that just shows you how special Moses is a talent, isn't it?
Look, he's done everything that's been asked of him up to us yet, and we'll see what happens. He's on the card.
Yeah.
So he's on the card, and we're looking forward to it. And he was only 19 a couple of months ago, so he's got a long way to go yet. But he's got a lot of respect with everybody he's worked with, and Tyson does speak highly of him, and I certainly think a lot. I mean, we've been sort of tracking him and sponsoring him since he was 15.
Yeah. You saw something.
I'm very excited. My son Francis, was brought into our attention, and he manages him, and they're doing extremely well. It's really good, and I love everything he's doing.
Frank Warren, the Arsene Wenger of boxing, spotted young talent from day dot. Absolute pleasure. Good luck.